9 school shootings in 4 years. 26 students and 4 teachers dead. Over 70 others hurt. You probably remember where you were when you heard the news. And you probably remember how you felt.
First thing I felt was shock and disbelief that this was actually happening.
Disbelief because teenagers know that Columbine, Paducah, Heritage High could have been their school.
I can look in my cafeteria every day and see, what's going on that's causing these kind of problems. I can see the jocks and, I see the kids getting made fun of every day, and I think that it really hits home, and I feel like it could happen in my school.
This is a real fight, caught on tape by security cameras. A recent study says about 75% of students are bullied or victimized each school year. Many times it happens on the school bus. Kids like Josh Belluardo.
Josh was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
13-year-old Josh Belluardo was teased often on the school bus. In 1997, as he was stepping off the bus, the teasing escalated to punching. A boy hit Josh in the back of the head, crushing his skull and his chest. The boy later said he didn't mean to kill Josh, but it was too late. Josh never came out of the coma. Michael Carneal, who killed 3 teens in Paducah, later said he was broken down, out of control, from the teasing and taunting of his classmates. And the guys responsible for the Columbine killings were also known as outsiders. It doesn't excuse what they did, but some kids say it makes you think about the effects of cruelty. Cruelty that too often leads to real violence.
If you were standing in front of me and I had teased you for years, and you were sitting there holding a gun in your hands, are you going to try to reason with me, or are you going to put a bullet in my head?
Do you have fears about your school?
There's just a basic feeling of trapped, Kids feel trapped.
Trapped. Mostly by fear. Some fear violence. Studies show almost 160,000 students a day miss school because they fear being attacked by a bully. But more fear being left out, being teased themselves for being different. Many teens know the feeling of going along with being mean to others because it's too hard to stand alone. It is also important to know the bully, often a different kind of victim, like Nicole Blakely.
I was mad. It was like my whole mind was set on flames. It was just like a lot of fire was inside of me, and that's the only way I could release it.
And Adam Brownfield, whose violence ended in tragedy.
When you first do it, you really don't think about it. You don't care about consequences because you're young.
Both trapped by an internal anger that escalates into a need to hurt others. Whether it's because you're smart or how you look, being different is one of the main reasons some kids become victims of bullying. The words and gestures come first.
Things like eye-rolling and name-calling, taunting, ridiculing, gossiping are all actually part of the continuum of violence and part of the continuum of bullying.
But the words often escalate to violence.
Fights are so natural. They've been happening since the beginning of time. They'll keep on happening, and it's over pretty much your basic things, over a guy, a girl, something that belonged to you, something somebody said about you. When you're angry, it's easy to fight with this, but it takes a lot more to fight with this.
Anger is normal, and it has to come out. It needs to be vented. That's part of how we're made.
When students feel isolated, when they feel there's no place to turn, when they feel they're not heard, all of these can be elements that can fester and bring on circumstances like we see in Red Lake. Take seriously what children are saying. Also provide an environment so that if there's another student who knows something is maybe happening or some circumstances are going on with someone else, that they feel safety in going to an adult to tell.
What we call for in the Safe School Initiative is changing the culture and climate of the school and really putting adults in kids' lives. I mean, it's absolutely critical that if kids are bothered by or troubled by anything, or if they hear of an incident that may occur, even if it's a rumor of an incident that may occur, is that they have to feel good enough about going to an adult to talk about that particular incident. But invariably, as they tell other people about what they're doing, one group of people who are often left out is adults. If we want to be successful in creating the type of climate that we want in a school, is the adults have to be there, and kids have to be connected to those adults in such a way that they feel comfortable talking to those adults about problems that they